Lots of movie directors draw inspiration from her books. Many modern storylines are similar to plots and stories she created almost 2 centuries ago. Welcome to Personality Matters. I am Arthur Kems, and today we will be talking about Jane Austen. She was lucky to be born into a family where the parents cared for their children's education. Austen and her siblings were encouraged to read books from the father's rich collection. Plus, the family was keen on theatre productions. They put on plays and charades at home, which they also participated in. Undoubtedly, it was a great experience for Jane Austen to enrich her cultural level. Unfortunately, Jane Austen didn't witness her success as a writer. From all her books, she earned no more than $600, the equivalent of $20,000 these days. She stayed in obscurity for almost the entire 19th century. She became famous only when her nephew James published her biography, which got Victorian society interested in her life, personality, and novels. Jane Austen wrote 6 books that sold in millions, translated into more than 30 languages, and had multiple TV productions. What a shame that her books, loved by millions of people worldwide, were so poorly appreciated by her contemporaries. Well, apparently she was a writer ahead of her time. By many, Jane Austen is considered the first serious writer who empowered women and gave them a voice. Well, let's remember that it was the 19th century. Things were slightly different back then. Women were not supposed to write novels, let alone be published. That was the reason why many female writers had to adopt male nicknames to attract potential readers to bookstores. So being published as a female writer was a kind of serious act that reversed the norms accepted in that era. Not only did Jane Austen publish her novels, she also told stories about strong and independent women who chose to fight for their happiness and their right to be what they wished. In other words, her novels were the power that unlocked women's voices and provided them a venue for self-expression. Pride and Prejudice is Jane Austen's most famous novel. It tells the love story of Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. Both characters must go a long way to overcome their biases to understand and love each other. The story unfolds in a society where social position is of great importance. Where is it not? So Darcy is a wealthy man with a social influence that Elizabeth's family doesn't have. Elizabeth is the second of 5 sisters. Young and intelligent, she tends to make snap judgments about people though, which doesn't allow her to see what kind of person Darcy really is in the first place. Besides, she overhears him commenting on her appearance that he describes as tolerable but not handsome. It completely spoils her impression of him. So, in the beginning, we see how swollen her pride is and how high Darcy's prejudice is. Darcy is entirely focused on class and status. He is very picky in terms of romantic relationships, because if something goes wrong, it may affect his reputation. It's a pretty ominous background for a love story. But things get even worse when he makes a not very flattering marriage proposal, which Elizabeth turns down. It hurts his feelings and it enrages her. But eventually, as she gets to know more about Darcy's behavior and motivations, she begins to change her opinion of him and comes to believe that in fact he's an okay guy. The same happens to Darcy. His prejudice slowly vanishes and gives place to love. What a story! Some might even say that Pride and Prejudice, in a way, set the standards for a modern romantic comedy. Look, characters don't get on with each other at first, their relationship is off to a rocky start, but eventually turns into real love. That could be another reason why Jane Austen novels are so popular and why we love them so much. Because, let's be honest, this is how it goes in real life. Thank you for watching Personality Matters. We talk about people who made the world. Until next time, I'm Arthur Kems.